Everybody, it's Chris from Manus Outdoors, and what, you want to be the guy on your channel?
Big shock there.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm on the wrong channel.
It's Chris from Manus Outdoors. Hi everybody, I'm William Myers from Manus Outdoors. Don't know who that guy was. Some dude just walking out here, grabbed my camera, I don't know. Anyway, got this knife from Chris, and it's one heck of a knife. It is the Work Tough Voyager from Aurora Borealis, and I did on Chris's channel, I did another one in this line. I think this is the series that they're doing from Aurora Borealis, but that really fit me. You guys know me, you know, some of the knives Chris do, they're not a fit for me. I shouldn't even be messing with them, but stuff like this is right in my wheelhouse, so stay tuned. So let's start off with the Kydex. I mentioned this in Chris's video as well. Their Kydex is no joke. Like, it's locked in there. It takes some force to get this out. So just a safety word of precaution, don't, you know, put your finger over here, you're gonna end up lobbing it off. But just you know, if you could even put this thing upside down, I would not worry one bit about hanging this upside down off of my side. It's not going anywhere. You really gotta pull this thing out. And it doesn't have any kind of lock on it like other sheath makers. Really good design. I don't know how they're doing it, but they're doing it pretty good. But again, this is the Voyager, and that really speaks to me. That's perfect for me. I can do a lot with this knife. The handle is really nice. You know, I have my entire hand on it. I don't need any more down here or anything like that. You know, if you've been a fan of this channel, you know I don't like 3-finger knives. I hate those little tiny handles. This handle is sweet. Fits the hand really well. Nice swell. You'll be able to work with this for a while. So I haven't really done anything with this knife before. Usually when I review knives, I've had them for a while, 2-3 months sometimes even, before I'll say, yeah, I'll go ahead and do the video. But this being a Work Tough, it'd be like me grabbing an LT right off the shelf. I'm gonna do the review because I know it's gonna be quality. The same thing with Work Tough. I know this is a quality blade, so I have no problem with it. But when I do review things like that, I want to actually build something. And what I want to build today is something that I haven't built in probably 10 years. I used to use what's called an ottoman compass for a long time, just because I liked having that skill. And where that comes from, for me, where I seen that from, is from an old Ron Hood video, series of videos that he did, the Woodsmaster. It's from like 95. And the only reason why I know it's from 95 is because they filmed the Hale-Bopp comet in one of the videos. But you know, you'll see a lot of even the more popular bushcraft guys that are on YouTube just kind of regurgitating a lot of those skills that you see in that videos. So you know, why not go pick up those videos? It's not really a commercial for those videos. They're just, it was a really important part of my life growing up. You know, I was just a kid in the 90s, showing my age a little bit, but yeah, I was just a teenager when those videos came out, and I was introduced to them by a family member, and it really had a pretty big impact on my life. So in celebration of that, I'm gonna go ahead and make an ottoman compass now, so stay tuned. Okay, so obviously I didn't use the knife to solve this, but again, this is what you need to start with, basically a block of wood, and we're gonna get a board out of this block using the Voyager. That's basically what we want to start out with is a nice board. Then I want to work this to kind of the dimensions that I want. We can use the back of the spine to clean it up real quick. And those spines are ridiculous. Really put some work in. Just to start the basic shape of the board. Then get to work flattening it. Oop, that's not good. What I'm looking for is my chips to kind of even out, to keep this knife flat. And once I start taking chips off the entire board, that tells me that my board's getting a little flatter. Getting to where I want it. Just want to make this as flat as possible. You get the point. About what I'm looking for right there.
Are you building a tiny house?
Yes, one board at a time. I'll see you when I get done in like 5 years. I can kind of take these square edges off, round it out a little bit. That way it packs a little bit better. The good thing about this is you can have something like this. If you lost your compass, you can make one of these really quickly and it will be rather accurate. And I'll show you how to make it accurate here in a minute. This knife is doing some really good work really fast. I really am not putting very much effort in my cuts either, which is really nice. Now what we want to do is we want to make a small hole as much in the middle as we could kind of eyeball, and maybe about an inch or two, maybe an entire knuckle up the board, right about there. Just eyeball where the middle of the board is, right there. And I'll just use the knife to bore that hole. Something like that. All right, so I got the whole board out just like this, and then I make a peg, you know. And this, what I'll do is, especially something with a knife like this that has a nice sharp spine, is once I'm done working this, I'll take and just smooth it out with that spine of that knife, almost like I'm kind of like sanding the piece itself, and that really smooths it out and gets it looking nicer. Not a necessary step, but hey, this is something you're going to carry with you. Might as well look good, right? Might as well put some time into it. You can see those little shavings coming off of there. And all this is going to do is ride into that hole that we bored, just like that, as straight as we can get it. I don't know if you can see that. See the shadow of that. All that I'm going to do is I'm going to get this as straight as I can, as flat as I can, but that has to return to this position every single time. So I'll show you how you keep this flat and straight and marking the exact same line every single time. Alright guys, so I got a bit of paracord here, and I ripped out some of the inner strands and then just tied a knot in the sleeve of the paracord just like that, and that'll stop this from advancing any further than that. We want this entire piece right here, but I don't need all 7 strands, so I can cut a few of these out and save them for later. There we go, 4 good strands. And at the bottom of those strands, I'm going to tie just a couple square knots, just to kind of get something to act as a stopper, basically. Two or three, enough to, we're going to put slots in this board, so we just need something to hang up in those slots that we make. So I'm going to tie these knots in each one of these strands and get right back with you. Alright, so now what I want to do is I want to make slots about 1/4 to 1/2 inch into the board, and just a couple slots on each side, and I'll do that with my saw. This doesn't have to go too deep, just enough to hang the parachute cord lines. That's good enough. So I'm going to finish this out by doing that on all 4 corners. Alright, basically you can see what I did here. Just attach these parachute cords, the inner cords, on all 4 corners, and that way I'm going to get the same reading. If I hold that knot that I made, I'm going to get the same reading every single time. So all I need to do is put my peg in straight, and of course, right when I'm getting ready to do this, the sun goes away. But once the sun comes out, I just get this stabilized, and that shadow, that cast on this, I'm going to mark a line when I get that shadow. The sun is going to peek through the clouds here in about 5-10 minutes. So I'll get a reading, get the line drawn on it, and I'll get right back with you. Alright, so just for the educational purpose of this video, I'm going to use flashlight because we're not going to get any more sun. We're completely overcast right now. So the point of this is that these strings will get my compass in the correct position every single time. All I got to do is hold this knot, and the sun will cast a shadow on that stick, just like that, if you can see that in the video. So if this was the sun, I would line that shadow up to a line that I would make. Actually, my first reading, I would have to make a line right there, and that would be my east-west line. And so every time that I need to make a reading, I'd pull this compass out, and it might drift along that line, say something like this, but it's still on the line, and it's still telling me my east-west direction. So there I can gauge north, south, east, and west just by this ottoman compass. I mean, I'm really enjoying this knife. It's pretty much effortless to make some really decent cuts. I mean, I'm putting no weight into that at all. I could probably do that with 2 fingers. A lot of control and balance in this blade. Oh yeah, I mean, I dig this knife. So this knife being a little bit on the bigger side, you see it can handle some real delicate small chores in camp. That's why I like knives of this size and a little bit smaller. I would accompany this with maybe a 2 or 3 inch blade, like a patch knife that I usually carry anyway, or some kind of pocket knife, of course. But this is going to get pretty much anything done that you want to do. Big stuff, little stuff, no matter what. See if I can't speed the process up here. That's how I usually would probably work. Something like this. Man, that spine is awesome. Huh. Little on the moister side. I don't know if we're gonna get that to light, but I'll check out a ferro rod on that. I know for a fact it's not gonna have any problem, that's for sure. Oh yeah, ferro rod, no issue at all with that spine. Well, there you guys go. I just wanted to do a good video about that knife because I really enjoy it. So I wanted to actually build something and show a skill with the review of this knife. And like I said, I really enjoy using this knife. It's very comfortable, easy to use, easy to find that grind, and the thing is ridiculously stupid sharp. Even the spine has a lot of utility to it as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, click subscribe down below. Liking the video helps me and my channel out a lot. You can support the channel by going to Buy Me a Coffee.
Oh yeah? What's it cost?
Cup of coffee?
The link will be down below to that. I also have a clothing and apparel shop on Bonfire. The link for that as well will be down below. If you guys want to pick up some swag, some Manus Outdoor logo stuff, go click the link down below. If you see something you like, pick it up. It supports me and it supports the channel. So I thank you guys for your views, and hopefully we'll see you out in the woods.